things and what needs to be done to narrow the inequality gap. And what we are looking in today's session, in this particular session, which you saw in our trailer, as to what contribution art and culture can make towards social change. Now, earlier on, people talked about artivism as simply a little kind of buzzword, but it is now also entered academic discourse. So I would take a bunch of questions and I'll get the panelists to respond to them.
Hi, my name is Dhruv Rathee and I'm also from India. My question is addressed to everyone here. It's that journalists are very objective people. They do investigative journalism. They deeply research about something before coming to a conclusion. While artists, they write based on their feelings. They make art based on their feelings. So when an artist says that I'm an activist and I'm standing for the truth, I'm standing for what is right, how do they know that that is the truth? Because they're not being objective here. They're writing based on their feelings. Okay. So how do you differentiate between that?
Okay. Dhruv, I'm so sorry. Dhruv. What Dhruv said was that, how artists, when they protest, they're doing it from their feeling. How do we know it's objective? Okay, so, Regine, okay, Anne, why don't you start and then we can have Regine and then your 1-minute summary of what makes your work more legitimate being an artist.
I don't think my work is more legitimate, and I'm not saying I am right, but I'm sorry, not every journalist is objective. That's a very important thing to clarify. And I'm not saying that my view is right. It's an opinion, it's a reaction, which possibly people want to share in, or they can ignore.
Thank you. What about you, Regine?
What I wanted to say is that, it's a bit naive to think that all journalists are objectives. And also artists, every single artist works in a different way. And the kind of artists I work with, they do a lot of research, and it's not visible, but they really do, they have the same of inquisitive processes as journalists. So they talk to communities, they collaborate with experts, whether it's experts in cognitive science or in advertising. And then they produce a work that is going to hopefully raise emotion and passion and interest. But they are not looking for the truth, but sometimes they make visible things that are not visible. So I don't think they should be accused of being just emotional and not being objective.
Thank you. And finally, to you.
So I will try to answer the 3 questions, 3 in 1.
Okay. But we have very little time.
Yeah, in 1 minute. Also, our weapons as artists are our imagination. With our imagination, we try to push the boundaries of what is reality. And this is our subjective way of looking at the world, which creates a new meaning, articulation of meaning in the world. And because we are trying to change meaning, we are out of labels. Labels are jails, are structures, and as an artist, at least for me, I try to break all the jails and all the structures. One word for a journalist and Algerian journalist and a writer who was assassinated by Muslim group, armed Muslim group during the 10 years of terrorism in Algeria. Tahir Jaoud said, tu parles, le silence c'est la mort. Tu parles, tu meurs, tu te tais, tu meurs, alors parle et meurs. Silence is death. If you talk, if you speak, you are dead. If you stay silent, you are dead. So say, speak, and die.
Thank you so much. That was such eloquent